What is going on, everybody? A2 Angler here, back with another video. Hopefully this time it works. I lost all the footage from the last time I was out here. It went 90 inches that day. We got 1 mile an hour wind today. High in the 80s, low 80s. Might not even hit 80s. I put a lot of the power stuff away. Today's gonna be mostly finesse fishing with the live scope. I got a couple techniques I want to show you. Hover rig, swim bait maybe, and we'll see what we can do here. But definitely gonna get after them, targeting individual big fish with the live scope and the finesse techniques. So come with us, let's see how it goes today. Hopefully the footage doesn't corrupt this time. If it does, then it's meant to be. I think I found a new Lake X, so let's go. Not bad. Lost my weight though. That ate pretty quickly. This is the bait they want out there. It's just a scented jerk shad. This hook is a Japanese hook. It's from Ryugi, called a hover shot hook. I think that's a size 2, could be a size 3. It's got a little bit of that like fluorocarbon keeper on it. And you just kind of rig it in the back of your bait here. So that's gonna hover just like horizontally in the water. And you just take this nail weight, it's a mustad nail weight. This is probably 1/16 or smaller. I was using an 1/8 ounce to get it down faster. But you just stick that nail weight in the head and it helps it drop. It also helps it keep it really horizontal. I put that on 6-pound fluorocarbon to an 8-pound leader on the BFS setup, and it's caught all the big fish out here, at least at this lake. They're very smart. They see that ball head jig and they don't want it. So this is the rig. Good bass. Yeah. Good bass. He'll go 17.5. good size one too. Not 17 and a half, but it'll do. There you go. Got him that time. Ooh, that's a good fish, bro. On the hover rig. Yes, sir. That's a really nice fish. On the hover rig right there. What's your guess on that one? 18 maybe? Hopefully. 18 on the hover rig. Nice, man, nice. It's just not falling fast enough, so I'm gonna have to switch to another style of hook. But that's my go-to hover rig setup. If you ever want to check it out, I think Tackle Warehouse has got a lot of good components. So I'm gonna have to switch hooks here. But that's my go-to hover rig setup, is the Ryugi hook, size 2 or 3. And I just put that on a maybe 1/8 nail weight. So the other one that's kind of hit the market is this Core Tackle. This has the weed guard on it. Back when I first saw them, I didn't see any weed guards on them, so I just clipped the weed guard off. I'm not around weeds, I don't need to worry about that. And the way you rig this Core Tackle hover shot, the lead weight is hidden, so you can come in the back right about to where it starts to turn, pull that weight all the way through, pull the head forward. And the reason I like the Z-Man stuff is that Elastec helps hide that completely. And with these fish, they seem to be pretty shy, not about the line, but about any kind of terminal tackle they're seeing. So the ball head jig is what I also go to for smallmouth, but they seem to be coming up to it, taking a look at it, and then as soon as they realize that it's not real, they just take off and they run away. Once I switched to a presentation that didn't have the ball head on it, they started eating. So hopefully this will continue. This is an 1/8 ounce hover shot, or core shot, I don't know what this is called. I'm seeing one on the graph, so let's try to see what happens. Hopefully this falls a little faster. He's out in 40. So you just cast it out. It's not falling very fast, but it's falling to him. Give it some line. And this just kind of pendulum or swings, you know, it's like that spiral, the death spiral of a dead fish. Once it gets down to the area that you're fishing it, that's when you engage the reel and you're just bouncing slack. And what it's doing is it's just hovering in the water and twitching all over the place, kind of like the last twitches of a dying fish. And that spiral, sometimes they'll eat it on the spiral, sometimes you're just shaking it in front of them and they inhale it, and sometimes they want it to just fall all the way to the bottom and you dead stick it and they pick it up and eat it, much like a dead fish would. Maybe a couple twitches while it's on the ground, kind of like a dying fish. But that hover shot is, especially with the live scope, is unbelievable. And if you don't have live scope, what I would do is just sit off the ledge, chuck it up on top and do the same thing coming out, count it down, shake it out, and see what happens. It's much easier with live scope, obviously, but it still works without it. So I'm gonna keep fishing here. I'm seeing a couple more, so let's do it. fish on his leg are massive. Stop jumping out of the net. That time he ate the ball head. That's a good fish, man. All right, that one ate the ball head. Probably another 1750, 17 and a half probably. That's a nice upgrade. That's an 18 right there. 2 18s now. Oh, that's a good fish. Oh, he came off. There's another good one, dude. The bigs are coming out to play. There's another good one on that hover rig. There's another 18 for you. That's fun, man. Oh. It's just a giant school. Exactly what I'm trying to do. That's landed on Mom's head right there. Got him. They're all like 16, 17 inches, which is so much fun because, I mean, they're just quality fish. I love that they're all giants, dude. That's so cool. Oh, this is a good fish too, man. He was super high up in the water column. 16. That looked like a giant, dude. freaking smoked that. $16. They're behind me now. They're interested in that bait. Ooh. Got one. Freaking giants, dude. Look how decent that fish is. My God. That's a good 16-inch fish, man. That's a stud, dude. Look at that bass, man. $19. 2 18s and 19, a couple 17s. That's a good day, man. That is a good day. So this is like becoming a really fun technique. It is video game fishing, so I apologize for that. But what's so interesting is finding the fish that do want to eat are in about 10 to 15 feet over 20. And, you know, using the live scope, I'm going around, I'm looking for the blobs. There's a certain type of blob that is eating better. And the way I have this dialed in, these blobs look like diamonds. When it's the right fish, almost every time I'm able to tell, like this one's a good one here. They look like diamonds with a lot harder center to them. And oftentimes they're gonna react to the bait. Most fish that are kind of letting it fall past them after multiple casts, those fish are very, very difficult to get to bite. Most of these right now, they're reacting to it, following it, and I'm just letting it pendulum back towards me, and they're picking it up on the pendulum. I'm kind of shaking it to get them interested as it goes by them, but then I kind of just let it pendulum, and they're either eating it or not. And if they don't, you move on. There's enough big fish here that you can just move forward and not have to worry about that. You can finesse a few of them, but basically if they're not gonna eat, don't waste time on them. Just move and find a different fish, find a better blob. I did find that one big school, but after I caught one, they really didn't have much interest in me after that. So I'm just kind of hunting down some of these more straggler fish. They're basically by themselves right now. Those big groups, I catch one and they all freak out and leave. You just hit it again. These got to be crappie. Yeah, they feel like crappie. So you got to be careful with the big marks. Big marks can be a big side of a fish, and you square up to them, all of a sudden the mark goes away. That's because that big crappie is looking at it from the side. You have a nice hard return, but when you square up to the crappie, he's so skinny, there's nothing left. So that's why that return changed. All right, so bite's kind of turned down for a little bit, kind of midday. midday lull. Good morning session. I'm gonna switch to this thing, man. This is a Great Lakes Finesse swim bait head on a Great Lakes Finesse drop minnow or something like that. It's super small, so we'll see how it goes. First bite in a long time there. Not the size I'm looking for. Oh. Finally got a good one, man. Took forever. That's a good one. That took a long time. Thank you. 17.75. 17.75. Wow, that took a long time. I think it's been 4 or 5 hours since my last bite. Smallest is 18 or 17.75. So that's a decent day. He ate it right off the bottom, like really lazy type of eat. I just think it's so hot. Not working, is it? Good Lord, this fish is ugly. Broken jaw, broken nose, everything, man. Poor guy. GoPro, stop recording.